Welcome to another episode of my Motortown playthrough. Today we are back in Zydro and I want to do a bit more tow trucking. Actually, the plan for today was a bit different, but I couldn't really get it off the ground. I want to do another episode where I go into Oldley with my Lomax trailer and then try to load up cars onto that trailer and get one big payout after all. But the vehicles here don't really lend themselves to that. There are two SPT1 trailers right here, and I mean, I could go for the Raton, the Muhan, and maybe the Bora. Potentially, we also have a Voltage right here, but I don't know where the Voltage would be going. So, yeah, I think for today it's better to just stick to Lijo Island, get a few more vehicles recovered from here, and then see if we can get more to spawn on there for later. The thing is, speaking of later, my idea is that after this episode, I will actually go back to the no TP playthrough. It's been a while, and looking back at it with how things went afterwards, I really didn't start it at the best of times. So I hope this time around it's gonna be a bit better in that regard. Wait, I should also be going the other direction here. We are off to a good start here, I know it already. But yeah, that was pretty much unforeseen. We had the big racing update where I needed to spend a lot of time on this character for and also get some stuff going. I'm still working on some tracks like the one for my rally event. And also I have a few other ideas, but those can wait for now. And yeah, from that point on, I also got sick for a while. We had the new Railroads Online update, which I checked out, and I'm kinda done with it by now. Some good stuff in there, but just the overall unreliability of that game makes it borderline unplayable, and I've had my fill of issues with it already, and I just had enough. So there are going to be a few more episodes of that, continuing the Let's Play showcase thingy series that I've been having for a long time now, but yeah, it's just gonna end at some point, and I currently don't have any plans to go back to that. They really need to iron out a few things, yeah. Anyways, enough about that. Let's talk more about Motortown here. I had a look at the Trello. I actually looked at it quite closely very often recently, because there are things on there for the next update, but there doesn't appear to be a consistent theme. Also, yeah, I was hoping this would be a bit easier to reach, but maybe we need the routers after all. I usually still default to the Pulio because that's the faster vehicle. Bluetooth is great in situations like this, but with everything else it's kinda not my favorite. So let's quickly switch out both vehicles here and we should be good to go then, hopefully. So I'm keeping an eye on things on the Discord, but I mean the Trello, also the Discord of course. But so far, while there are a few items on there and actually quite a lot for a potential next update, there doesn't seem to be an overarching theme, which isn't really a bad thing. That doesn't always need to be one. Sometimes there are just a lot of little things across the board that need to be taken care of, and that might be one of those updates then. But the important thing for me is that usually you can also see on the Trello if they put that forward in form of a testing update. And that hasn't happened yet, and that hasn't happened for a few weeks by now, so yeah, I guess it's gonna take a while until that one comes out. And hey, I've always been the one saying that they could just take a bit more time with some updates, so I'm happy if they do. And yeah, that should hopefully mean that I can stay on the other character for a while, occasionally come back here for some event stuff, but I don't want to just be skipping back and forth between the two of them. So I hope that's gonna work out. And yeah, if somebody could please explain to me how that Stella came over here, how it got so far into the woods, I would really be interested in finding out how that's supposed to work. But yeah, we are going to recover. Let's see, does it have any flats or anything like that? Wheels are all on there. So it just needs a lift. Tilt down. I wonder if it wouldn't be better if they reordered the different menu points here. Just make it above the boom, maybe put that up on the top, and then everything with the hook and stuff like that at the bottom. Because now it's kinda mixed and that's a bit weird in my opinion. Okay, let's tilt it up a little bit. So there's potential for getting a lot of damage on this car by trying to bring it back down. But hey, gonna do something. I mean, for this one it should be alright. It's more of a problem with longer ones because basically the only hinge here is at the connection point to my little hook thing there. So if that's if it's a longer vehicle, it can sometimes cause issues. They maybe cannot go down far enough and just ends up escaping or something. Ah. And that was a bit of a rough way down. 17% damage is not amazing. But yeah, with some of these vehicles you just have to be happy that you got them down at all. Maybe I should actually put it a bit further down on the back. It seems to be scraping. And also hook in. That should be a bit better now. And I'm also still looking at the whole thing with my buses, seeing if those got better now, if they are a bit more efficient. But yeah, I think the last one that I sent to Oldly now, it's just gonna... It's not gonna be efficient, but it's going to be important for everything else to work out. So more like a sacrificial lamp in some way. Yeah, just letting it roll down here and hopefully being decently smooth about it. I don't want any more damage, if I can avoid it. Alright, let's see, what else do we have here? There's another vehicle over here, Elisa Taxi, that should be alright. Got another two right here. Might actually be worth getting the Lomax after all. What do we have? SRT, that's a semi. The Servos, which is a long old American car. And the Vanny, which should be self-explanatory. But yeah, with distances this short, it likely isn't worth the attempt. Would be different if the Lomax had like a winch on it and could at least do some of the things more automatically. Or if we alternatively had another trailer that could have a winch, because apparently the Lomax isn't supposed to have one because, well, it's meant for other stuff. But we've been through that time and time again. And in the end it might just be the case that some of the vehicles that I've been asking for a while, including some more trailers and even just the regular cars for traffic and tuning, they might be already in development in some stage and just be waiting to be finalized or something. So I hope that eventually there might just be an update where we get a whole bunch of cars. That could be cool. Alright, gonna get this one back on its wheels. Shouldn't be too tough. Just a gentle tug with our winch over here. Helps if you pick up the winch hook and not cut the cable. Or winch controller, I mean. Ah, come on. Bit more top heavy than I expected. Also, I should have maybe refueled. But hey, we have enough to get back down there without any problem. I really wish I had a 4 high lock or something. I don't need the extra torque through the extra transmission thing. I just need all wheels to roll and all wheels to, to be driven, and all of them to be driven consistently. Yeah, let's try and not put this up too high. Oh, it's already at 70%, so who cares, let's go. No real reason to be gentle with it anymore. Okay, it's telling me to get back on the main road, but I think I'm just gonna go through town here. Nice little windy road here. When it comes to track making stuff, by the way, I've done another one recently. Like just a different version of Gallop. I mean, it's the original route, just try to improve the checkpoints a little bit. Also, I've participated in a car meet event recently. I tried recording it, but honestly it was, well, I had a 3-hour session with my friend beforehand. I was a bit tired, and while I wanted to make a video about it, it just it didn't really pan out. So I have a recording, but it's really disjointed and all of that. Oh, $10 extra for the damage bonus. Nice one. So I don't think I'll be uploading that. It just didn't really work out. Got distracted by the text. There was some racing parts in there, and I actually participated with the wrong engine equipped because I didn't read the post properly. And yeah, it just didn't work out. maybe next time. And I was still very much under influence from being sick and all of that. Alright, where to next? SRT. I mean, the SRT should at least give me some decent money here. The rest hasn't been that great so far. I also want to check out more car recoveries from Northern OG, because it seems like you're not getting much money there, and it might be the case that you're actually, let me show you on the map. I've done this a few times on the TWL server, where I recovered some cars that were stuck somewhere over here, and it seems like you are maybe getting paid for the direct distance to wherever it needs to go. So instead of calculating for me going over here and then coming back all the way around, if some vehicle is stuck in this area, it will just take this as the payment distance, because the payout for that really was quite abysmal. But I would like to get a bit more data on that before making any feedback posts. But that would require me getting a few more vehicles there to begin with, and yeah, that didn't happen yet. Also, I've been considering on maybe trying to focus more on the jobs that I don't have a decently high level in yet. And if we look at my levels, I mean, okay, taxi, but definitely racing and police work. I'm doing a few police patrols every now and again, and I'm still needing to unlock the Zydro. Oh yeah, I forgot, I also want to make an episode on the Zydro, so that might actually be the thing that we do next time around, and go to the no-TP playthrough right after. Completely forgot about that vehicle again, which is why I never do anything with it. Anyways, back to the whole thing. Here we are getting closer, somewhat. I might actually cut off the track over here and go straight into the fields, into the meadows. Just seeing if I can get there. Would also hope for maybe there being some more updates to this area. It's awfully empty in the east of Zydro Island. But then again, we also have a lot of stuff that could be happening on OG, so I don't know. What I'm saying is it would be nice if at some point we could get a bit more focus on these parts, because there's surely more things that could be done here. This is actually quite annoying, because if I reset now, I'll go back to the road, which is where I just... Can you fucking stop, please? Jesus Christ. Yeah. Every time I want to hit it, it just disappears for a moment. Very trolly. Okay, it's actually rotating the thing, so I might not have a choice here. I'm not going to uninstall the lamp. Please stop. Jesus. Okay, I might have to get myself reset there and be a bit more careful this time around. I think it put me right where I was right before I turned off. So, yeah. Gotta be a bit more careful about it. Because some of these hills are a bit more tricky than what they seem. 4 hive. Just gonna... I hope I can get there with just all-wheel drive. I don't want to crawl there with my low locked level thing. Okay, finally done it. Let's see where we are, because this area actually doesn't seem that nice, so I might actually be better off just going straight to the right here, instead of trying to pace my path back. You know what, we already are in a pretty good position. I just need to get this thing hooked. See, I'm still not all the way there again, but then again, you could likely say that from some of my older episodes as well. My brain is just jumbled. It's a mess. Okay, might as well follow the line. This thing also has low damage, so this might be a good one to make some money with. And theoretically the next cupboard we could grab is right there on the road as well. Man, I wish I could do 2 vehicles with a Kira rollback. That would be quite interesting. That could be fun. But yeah, I never got that as an upgrade or anything. And people have been suggesting it. I hope that eventually that's gonna happen. But yeah, for the time being, it's just... You either transport a single vehicle or you are using the low max. There's really nothing in between. Unless one of your tow vehicles is a Kira rollback or something, or a tow truck, then you could maybe change things up, but that's more out of the ordinary than anything else. Well, at least the truck isn't taking any more damage. I think I should have maybe put this up a bit higher. I feel like my truck is a bit too unstable. Might not have a full traction with the other one having all 4 wheels down. Ooh, spooky mansion. I hope we actually get the Halloween event this time around. Last year it didn't happen. I was already playing at the time, but back then... Yeah, I think that was when they prepared to switch over to Unreal Engine 5, and yeah, I guess that might have gotten in the way of things. But it would be nice to be able to get the costumes and all of that. I don't know if those are actually like unlocks that you can get for everything or just character specific. Would be nice if you could get that on your Steam account and then just use whenever. I don't know how the whole thing works. I know there are a few customs or costumes in this. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I need to lift this thing up. It's definitely making me quite unstable. Yeah, I know there are costumes in this game, but they are reserved for special events and that kind of stuff. I heard some mention about potentially at some point making the characters customizable, but they haven't done anything like that yet. It's still the old few preset versions. And we might have to cut that up into different parts so that you can combine the clothes and all of that. I'm considering to maybe just do the whole Zydro thing today and make it a bit of a longer episode. I would like to spend more time on my no TP playthrough before the next update drops, and I think it might be better for that. I was really hoping for that bus to maybe slow down a little bit, but apparently not. I'm your employer, please let me pass. And yes, I'm always going to be playing that card. Finally a position of power over something, someone. Even if it is just an AI driver. Okay, another 5k. I mean, it wasn't the longest distance. I mean, yeah, that's kind of an okay payment. Let's see if I can quickly fix the truck over here and then put it back into storage. And let's go and buy a new vehicle. I think we're better off just starting over here. And you know what, let's take the Kira. We've been talking about it anyways. Today is also kind of a tow truck episode, so why not grab our new vehicle using the rollback truck. And I'm just gonna go over there, despawn this truck again and then drive the Zydro. No, that's not how that's gonna go. The interesting thing about the Zydro, apart from being an electrical vehicle, is that it's also available in two different versions. And we are gonna have to check out both of them a bit closer here. But in the end, there is only one Zydro, the other one is just with some pre-installed upgrades. I'm just gonna drive the truck here and get all of this sorted out. We can just drive onto the back of it once we have purchased one. But yeah, there are definitely a few choices here to be made. Okay. Now tilt it up a little bit further, just so that the angle isn't that harsh when loading. That should be okay. And here it is. Based on a real-life Hyundai concept, which is actually, I think, now going into production. So we have two options, the 110k and the 435k. Vehicle info, this one has the 670 horsepower engine in it. And it even has a cargo space, nice, two-seater. While this one has the 300 horsepower engine. Same cargo space and all. But yeah, the thing is, from what I heard, the higher power engine actually costs 300k. So that's likely the bigger part of all the upgrades here. So if I buy this one, it's not gonna be, once I upgrade it, this one might actually be the better choice, but I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, I don't know if I want the, or at least not all the other upgrades, so I might as well buy this one. The thing is, buying this one, it comes with its standard 300 horsepower engine, and if I buy the other one, I can then also go and sell the original engine again, so I'm getting a bit of money back. You know what, let's just take it for a spin around here. As to be expected, it's pretty much silent. Okay, you can't just shift up and down how you want to. But yeah, let's bring it over. To me, this thing looks like an upgrade, an updated DeLorean. It being sold in silver by default doesn't really help it. Can't turn off the engine, or is it already turned off? Hard to say here. Oh yeah, I should potentially also turn off the lights. And yeah, let's get it loaded. It might have maybe been a bit quicker if I just took the SPT1 trailer. But hey, this thing is just, it's kinda amazing. So sometimes I just wanna use it again. And this is definitely the one to use if you want to deliver something in pristine condition. Although honestly I wish some of the parts were a bit better secured. Like having the different parts from the rollback truck actually just rigidly snap onto the main frame of the vehicle if everything is where it should be. Because if I go through corners now, the whole thing can kinda tilt, as you may have seen already. And also it seems like, unlike regular cargo, the wheels don't fully connect to the flatbed once strapped down. So it's still very much wobbly, and sometimes I wonder if some of the damage is just things that could be easily avoided if physics were maybe handled a bit differently. Anyways, we are back at the garage, so let's unload. Can I actually do customization while on here? Let's check that out. That would be hilarious. Yeah, I can. Nice. Okay, there's 1% body damage. Oh, there are multiple skins available. Can go with some racing liveries, just straight up carbon. Maybe at some point I want to have something with this as the base color and then do some paint job over it. I think partially covered carbon looks pretty cool. but I have to see what I can come up with. So yeah, we have all the usual suspects right here. Maybe let's go with something simple. I wanted to have like the blue and white stripe, but yeah, would rather have something deeper blue like that one. Or let's go with base color and I'll paint it myself. That's already looking much better. How is the other blue? That's maybe a bit too light, but let's go a bit light on this one here. Just like that. Interior colors, might as well make it black. Interior 2, okay, that's the entire side panel. Okay, I'm also gonna make that black. Third one is the other part of stuff, and yeah, I could go with white here. Why not? Seats. Something like that maybe. And of course a window. I would like it to be very much darkened. For a bit of brightness set in. Just for good measure. Yeah, something like that. And yeah, I know I still have to unload it in order to do any like proper test driving. I'm not gonna look for any decals right now, that would be way too long. But yeah, powertrain, we still have a radiator. Oh, it even comes with a large one installed by default. Does this make sense for an electrical vehicle? I mean, components could still become warm, so I guess, yeah. And yeah, just straight up upgrade to twice the power for 10 times the price. Sure, I'll buy. And from what I heard, this vehicle is actually handling quite horribly. We only have EV1 transmission. I wish we could go for multiple other ones, just getting more gears and all of that. But yeah, that's not what we get here. 10.65. Racing level, clutch and all installed. Let's go with better brake pads. And now the suspension. I should really drive this before I get into that. But we can definitely already take a look at wheel spacers. I mean, maybe let's take a look at body kits first, if we can even cover up those wheels. Otherwise, it's not gonna be that great. At least not to look at. Already got top level tires. Let's take a look at the rims. Because I'm not entirely sure if the Zydro rims are that light, but okay, they are alright. But you know what, I would like to have like, not Vista, but Mageless wheels, I think. The nice white ones. And now let's take a look at aerodynamics. 15% more air drag. But also decent amount of downforce. Yeah, I think I should be going with this one here. Bonnet. I don't know. I don't know, but let's install it. I find it hard to judge when you see all the outlines, even of the parts that you can't really see. It looked like it was completely erased, but this one? Yeah, I don't know, I still don't like it, to be honest. Let's go back to default. Fenders. Okay, this is slightly wider and the last one is much wider, which we kinda need for our whole wide body kit if we want to add it. I mean, like wider wheels, spacers, etc. Okay, this one has a lot of carbon going on. This is not quite as low. Maybe go with these ones. Bit of downforce, but also not like going all over the top here. Then again, I did that on the front, I just don't seem to want to follow through on the rest here. Yeah, I also prefer this one side here. Window louvres. Nah. Rear spoiler. That one looks alright. Bit more drag, but also a decent amount of downforce. And a rear wing on top, of course. I mean, maybe let's try it like this right now. Also, let's revisit the front bumper, because that thing is looking a bit ridiculous now with everything else. I mean, maybe this is enough. More like a sports trim instead of all-out hardcore or try-hard racing. And yeah, for etc. we have a taxi license, trailer hitch, that's about it. So let's get this thing back down to earth and at least do one little test round with it. But yeah, I think the problem is going to be mainly the torque here. I had it so often that just I get too much torque on the wheels and they just screw me over, completely snapping out of what I was meant to do there. Oh, the thing just hit the ground and that's why it didn't go any further. I was about to say it didn't look like it was probably on the ground. Or properly, I mean. Oh yeah, sometimes it also helps cutting the straps from the wheels. And we're rolling. Also, this thing apparently has regenerative braking. I don't know if that's something I can use in any way or if it's just gonna be used automatically. Oh yeah, this is snappy. Oh god. And I didn't even add the wheel spacers. I should probably do that, but... yeah... you know what, let's go and do something to the suspension. I'd like to make the front a bit stiffer to hopefully help handling. Getting the wheel spacers is also gonna help. I don't think I need to lower the entire thing. That seems to be pretty good as is.
Hello.
But yeah, let's see. Wheel spacers, I'm just gonna go full on out. That seems to be what the wide body kit is made for anyway, so yeah, that's a nice fit. And the front I would like to be at 200%. Rear might be okay. Let's go with 300% dampers for the front. 200 for the back. And also full anti-roll bar all the way around. So back and front, I mean. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if I should stick to the stronger engine. And you know what, since this is already a longer episode, let's go the extra mile and quickly reset back to daytime. I don't like doing this at night, I'm not really seeing enough of what's happening. Apart from the part where I lose control over the car. And yeah. That's easy to see, but I would like to figure out why. And you know what, since I already have a campy over here, let's go to Anson. Yeah, this thing is just constantly doing burnouts. Yeah, also I should maybe recover my buses. Or recover the condition on them. Things have already gone downhill for them, it seems. Yeah, I would really like to have a few more transmission options instead of only the single gear torque converter thing. Because I feel like it's giving me too much torque all the time. Maybe if I put it back to sport. Yeah, I think this vehicle is just a bit awful. Looks amazing. Drives like garbage. I might wanna go back to the default engine. I think that would be a better fit here. I mean, apart from maybe trucks, nothing else comes close to this amount of power. So that might actually be part of the problem right now. I mean, it would be nice if we got more powerful engines. Would also be nice if we got an update that gave us a bit more traction on the wheels across the board. Because that's like a constant complaint. But yeah, this thing right now, Jesus. I mean, I could also try and lower the torque a little bit. Let's try that real quick. Final drive ratio, and let's just give it final drive ratio of 1. I feel this might be what's happening now, but this is definitely more controllable by virtue of doing nothing anymore. So maybe not going quite as far could help. Let's go with 4. I mean, this is better, but still very tame. I also don't really like that it's raining right now. That's not helping me either. So let's go with... It used to be at 10, I know that much. 8.5. Well, this definitely helps. Even in the rain. Not with the cornering though. So maybe I need to go all out arrow warrior. The future is now and the future is arrow. Can the rain please stop? I need to see how the vehicle is handling without it. Especially accelerating out of these turns and everything. Still not over. Ah, finally. But yeah, I feel like this is definitely an improvement over before. But let's see how it does from a standstill. Okay, it's definitely more controllable. Last pass here, and that's gonna be the end of the video, I think. Just one more adjustment, one more lap, and then we should be good. And if not, I'll have to check it out after the video. First of all, I wanna go down to 7. And let's go full arrow here. Bonnet doesn't do anything. Fender, I'll have to go with... I mean, okay, this is a bit less drag than this one, but I like this one a bit more. Side skirt, yeah, gonna go with a carbon one. I don't really like how that's sticking through there at the end. Okay, I guess it's more meant for this one in combination with this one, but I'm gonna stick with this one here. Who cares? Rear bumper. Yeah, gonna have to take this one. Big butt diffuser. Spoiler gonna stay, but it's gonna get a wing to accompany it, and it's gonna be this one. The monster wing. Biggest in the game. Second to none. Also, I'm slowly running out of... okay, this isn't that much better. I'm slowly running out of fuel here. Or vehicle charge. Okay, my conclusion on the Zydro. It's worth a try, but I don't recommend you buy. Yeah, definitely need to spend a bit more time with it and figure out what's what here. I'm also constantly trying to shift up and down. Because yeah, the EV1 transmission is definitely not something that I'm too keen on. I mean, it's not like this thing can't work or anything, but uh, it's not really my preference, I would say. Oh. Oh, there's the electric pump thing. The EV charger. I mean, it only costs like 100, but okay, that's gonna take a while to fill up. People have been complaining about this, and yeah, I see why now. I mean, it's not too egregious, you can get it done, but it's gonna be a moment. And with that, I think we are not waiting for this, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this extra long episode. Next time we are back to the no TP playthrough as I promised. And until then, thanks for watching and have a good one. Bye bye.